I don't dive, I don't flip, but brother, I know trip.
Jobber Nation, welcome to a late night episode of the Jobbertears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR. Here with Wilkins and MrBlacc. As always, we want to thank Richie Fingers of CW3 for joining us this week on the JTP Lounge, which that episode is up. So you make sure to listen to them, follow them, support them. Also, what I totally forgot. What's the name, Wilkins, of the podcast that we did the interview with? That we did, me and MrBlacc.
What's his name? Let me see. Hold on.
I meant to thank him last week and I totally forgot, and then I blinked on it now. But I do want to acknowledge his podcast that we joined. They welcomed us with open arms.
Hold on, guys. Oh. What's this name?
Well, Esther Wilkins looks for that, and he's totally frozen, and that's cool. Oh, so both of them are frozen. I'm by myself.
No, you're not.
So this one's not frozen. Also, to make sure to RSVP for the Royal Rumble, which is next Saturday, not Sunday, next Saturday. So the boys will be at Legends. And then anyone that's going to the St. Louis area, you can hit me up personally if you want to meet up, chop it up.
We're not live.
Are you sure?
Yes, we are live.
We're not live on Facebook. Yes, we're talking to ourselves. Nope.
What were you saying, Janelle?
What was the gentleman's name in his podcast that we were on?
I can't find it. I remember. I'll put the link in the thing there.
Thank you. So, what else is going on? What's been going on this week? I feel like wrestling hasn't hit this week. I don't know why.
Shout out to
Clark Street Wrestling. They're based out in Chicago. Shout out to them.
Shout out in the building.
But yeah, it's only us right now, so we gotta fix that. Like for us to go view on Facebook, I'll fix
it later. Let's just enjoy the time that we got together.
Whew, is that a blessing? So yeah, what do you guys want to start off with? There hasn't been so much going on this week as we are tiptoeing to Royal Rumble. AEW is doing their beach break in Cleveland, Ohio, in the middle of winter next week.
What's wrong with that?
I was just saying.
It's stupid.
But we have but like I don't think it's dumb because it's sunny in Florida. It's sunny somewhere. It's the summer somewhere, so
that's not where the show is. But also too, WWE announced they're doing an Elimination Chamber in Saudi for the first time, which is pretty cool.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Trying to think what else is going on.
Walters changing the name to Gunther, and everybody making a big deal because they swear that they got it from a Soviet Union person that used to be a submarine operator, some crap like that. I see it this way. You know how many people share names with famous people that did bad things? Look at Jim Jones. Like this dude shared dead-ass share the whole name and spelling with somebody who committed genocide and I think it's like Guyana or Trinidad, one of those two. But nobody bats an eye though, right? Like I don't know. I don't see the big deal about it. They didn't know. They changed it. That's it. Just like they had Submission Society. It was a porno website. Okay, they changed it. They moved on. Everybody making a big deal about this. Like this, you're blowing it out of proportion. It's not that serious.
I think not so much because I don't see it as an issue. And actually, WWE dropped the trademark request that they went for. But either which way, names change every day. Doesn't mean that the talent changed. Doesn't mean that the person themselves change unless it's like a character. And at the end of the day, it's a character. Like people change their name. Like Bradshaw went from that to JBL. Like I mean, I don't know.
It was still like Bradshaw. It was still Bradshaw in there somewhere or other. But the thing
No,
is,
it was not.
with the thing is that they completely erased NXT UK out of their whole like universe. That's my whole thing. Like I understand.
They were kind of trying to keep everything separate, and then also too, and we all know people that watch Raw and SmackDown don't always watch NXT 2.0. They definitely don't watch NXT UK.
I understand that, but a lot of people do watch NXT UK who do watch both. It's not the 1 million whatever that does watch Raw. It's a good 300,000 or 500,000 that do know who he is from NXT UK, and he has created a name for himself. And he hasn't he been on NXT with the name Walter?
Recently.
On the name NXT with the name Walter. So that's it's. I get it. It's the business. A lot of it has to do with him not being like Vince or whatever, the company not being able to, keep the name and own the name type of shit. It's like intellectual property. But my whole thing is that, nigga, you came on NXT as Walter.
But the thing about it is this way, and this is what I always say. This is what happens when you see how the hot dogs being made. Because if you compare Ruthless Aggression era and if you compare before NXT, even the game show, you never saw these performers try out their gimmicks. So when it came to the main roster, there's more complete. So you didn't have to see them mistake. So Vince could do whatever they want. The problem is they started airing it for like the WWE Network came, and now they have to see how the hot dogs being made. Granted, there's always exception to the rules though, but it's always easier. It's when you know the creation from its infancy stage all the way to now. And obviously, he didn't trust Hunter because it didn't become it became all about ratings and competition. And we all know how Vince is. When you hear people like Mark Henry, for example, Mark Henry said, "I'm gonna go out and become the world's strongest man." Vince told him that if you don't win, you don't have a job. But yet, if you had fired him now, you're grimy, Vince. How can you fire? Yeah, blah 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 blah. People forget Vince been Vince forever. None of this shit is new. None of it. Like he had random taxes come up from FCW, Deuce and Dominoes. Do anybody remember that? And their gimmick was a bunch of like Fonzie wannabe. Nobody remembers that shit. So niggas just get over it. You remember it, but nobody remember it. Like if you see them now, not everybody gonna recognize them. Just listen.
One half of them actually random. One half of them is Jimmy Smith's son.
Right. But overall, though, son, I get what my brother's saying. Walter's trying to like a name brand for himself, but at the end of the day, though, son, you have two options. You're gonna complain about everything, or just stop watching it. There's mad alternatives.
I think what it boils down to, though, is that I think us as fans don't like to be taken like played for as stupid or dumb. So like you introducing him as Walter from as many long ago to now when he changed it, we're just like, well, wait, you were just Walter before the bell rang. What you mean? But I mean, it's a character thing. They decided to do that. It doesn't change once again how the presence of Gunther is / Walter, whatever you want to call him today. It doesn't change his athleticism. It doesn't change who he is. It's just a name.
And you don't know why he changed his name to Gunther. He might have a whole reason next week why he changed his name to Gunther. Just like Studding Steve became the ringmaster in WWE. People did forget that. And now look at him now. He became the biggest thing in wrestling. He basically saved WWE at one point. It's like you said.
There was also different gimmicks though. Every name had a different gimmick, and every time he's still the same motherfucker. He hasn't changed. He's still
correct.
But that's another thing. When you do change your name, then usually there's a gimmick that changes. With him, nothing has changed, just the name. And that's like, okay, then what was the point of changing his name? Just keep his name the way that it is. Granted, it's the business side of things, but it's just like we're looking at a practical point of view. And a practical point of view, it makes no sense. That's my whole thing. It's like there's no reason to change the guy's name. We introduced him on NXT as Walter. He had a match on NXT as Walter. And then, all right, let's say he had changed the outfit. He's not with Imperium anymore. He's doing something else. And then, okay, he's Gunther now. Cool. Like even Dewdrop. Her old gimmick wasn't the same thing that when she came over.
Yo, but they gotta change her background because the background don't match the music.
Yeah, but the whole thing doesn't. She still had a different type of gimmick when she came to NXT UK. Still the same, but it was a different type of game. He talked about JBL when he went to Brash. So he was a whole different nigga.
A whole different one.
So it made sense when they changed.
So to that point though, then I think, as Mr. Black loves to say, waiting is his favorite game. I think him introducing himself as Gunther at the end of the match didn't give that effect of like, okay, is there anything that's going to change along this? Like, I think now that the name change was announced, you may have to give it some few weeks for it to kind of like see what if they end up doing change.
Nigga, the next 2 weeks he's gonna be in the same colored trunks, slapping niggas across his chest, doing the same shit as Gunther. And I actually like the name Gunther.
Yeah.
I think it's a really nice name. Like,
yeah, it is. It's strong.
And very
strong. Like it's a strong palm color.
Like it's like you don't take no shit from Gunther. You know
yes,
what I
you
mean?
make great sausages. Like you make great sausages. You know how to brew beer, and you are very violent when you get drunk. And you, yes,
Okay.
yes, he makes sausages. He brews his own beer.
You
and
just created your own creative character with Walter.
Yes, his name is Gunther, not Walter. Let's understand.
It's too late for this. I'm too tired for this too. So I'm not going back and forth with you. You got it today.
This nigga created a character. Who said?
You got it.
He comes out with a beer mug and slaps niggas across the head with it. Oh.
And then his favorite month is October for Oktoberfest.
Ooh, bars.
You saw the movie Oktoberfest?
No. Speaking of movies, y'all need to go see Scream.
No.
It was mad good.
No.
Like for real, like
I'm not a scary movie guy.
No.
Neither.
What type of movies do you like? Oh my god.
I like action movies and comedies.
Me too.
Really?
And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I enjoy a good rom-com.
Me too.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a good rom-com guy.
Horror or scary? No, that doesn't do it.
No.
No.
Only horror movies I've seen is Jordan Peele movies. Like I
That's
actually
not even
went
horror,
to
really.
like
thriller.
like psychological thrillers, I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Like,
I love those, yeah.
Oh,
like I was watching Fight Club the other day and I was like, damn, this shit is good.
That should have fucked you up. Fight Club will fuck you up.
Yeah, son. The reality of things is like how fucked up the world is and how messed up we are.
Have y'all been watching Peacemaker?
No, I'm a binge watcher.
Okay. Guess can't talk about it.
Episodes are out?
No, when they released it, they released 3 episodes, and then now I think they're at episode 5 or 6. I think we're watching.
Did you guys catch up to like 4. This Is Us?
So, no, I'm telling you, I'm gonna watch. I've been watching everything. I finished watching Heels. I'm done with that. Now I thought it was good. Now my next thing, I'm gonna binge watch all of Insecure.
So I haven't watched the last 2 episodes because I don't want it to get in my mind. So
yeah, I'm gonna watch the last season and then
I'll
check it all out, and then I'm gonna start watching. The only show I've watched like every week it's come out has been Snowfall. And wrestling.
Wrestling. No Power? No.
I don't like Power.
No. You didn't watch it before?
Huh?
I have to find somebody to watch Power.
You didn't watch it before?
I never watched Power. The only reason why I pay for Stars is because my mom watches Power.
That's the only reason why I still pay for it on my Amazon Prime.
Listen,
so like when that last season ended, that's when I got it on as an add-on channel, Stars, and I was like, all right, cool. And it was during the pandemic, so I was like, all right, I'll get this 6 months for like $5, cool, whatever. But then they started coming out with more books, so now I gotta keep Stars.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, I understand why, but I've just never been a fan of Power.
Okay. You know what you okay, we'll get back to wrestling, but two more things. Abbott Elementary, you guys will like.
I heard it. It's my boo Quentin's on there.
And then another stupid, but I gotta get into it was American Auto. It's on NBC. It's not on Peacock actually, but it's on NBC.
I watched the Beth Phoenix Icon.
How was it?
She's really good. She is like, it's crazy how like every community, like wrestling, whatever community you're in, is very small. So Beth Phoenix paid for her wrestling tuition.
Oh.
At OVW.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I still want to know how Edge just walked up to her and bagged her number. Like I those are the stories I live for. Like I really want to know how he got that.
You know what I was thinking the other day? This is a little fucked up.
Right.
I apologize in advance. But so I was watching it. I was like, yo, Edge is wifed up. CM Punk.
Lita is definitely single forever. I definitely think that all the time. That's not fucked up.
Yeah, and CM Punk is happily married. Matt Hardy's happily married, and Lita ain't got nobody. Unless she does, and I don't know.
Listen, I thought the
she got
same
a
thing
daughter.
when she came out.
Oh, she has a daughter?
She has a kid?
My bad. I was fantasy daydreaming. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think she has a kid. But
I don't think she has a kid. Long day, y'all. Long day.
Speaking of Mustafa Ali, we weren't speaking about him.
That definitely wasn't a segue into that. But as of right now, #FreeAli is trending on Twitter. Y'all know I got the bluebird, so I heard that through the grapevine. Where Mustafa Ali had, first of all, I forgot he still was there. So let's start there. Totally forgot that shit. He had requested his release from WWE, and WWE said, nah, nigga, sit down. Sit down.
They did that to Brody Lee. And they did the same thing.
After the IC title run, though.
It was after the IC title run. Because he asked for his release, and they were like, nah, nigga, you're going to stay home, wait your 90 days out, and relax. Nigga, we're going to cool you off so nobody thinks you hot when you leave here.
Well, no, I think the whole thing was, so apparently, Mustafa Ali and Vince had kind of got into it over, like, having a character or having a game plan on what to do. Mm-hmm. And he totally didn't agree with Vince, and that's where the request for the release kind of came from. The foundation of that stuff came from. But I'm not really a fan like that, so it don't hurt me. But what are y'all thoughts on what can they do with him? Like, if you guys were in those shoes, what would you guys do?
Yeah. So my whole thing is that, like, with him, it's like, yo, he's mad talented. So this is the only one I can genuinely say, like, yo, he's underutilized.
Okay. But does he have, like, the complete package in terms of, like...
Yes. He's the complete package.
Why do you think so?
He has the look. He's great on the mic. He's phenomenal in the ring. You can literally, he's marketable because of how he looks. You can put him in almost in anything, and he'll flourish in it. They literally are just being lazy and creative.
So, do you think the beginning of the end for him was him getting injured?
Yes, nigga.
2019.
Yes, nigga. That shit was the end of his career.
It's not even his fault. It's just like accidents happen. But again, there's and that's why I tell people it's just not AEW. There's a wrestling thing. I feel like niggas don't know how to write for people of color. Like, I feel like once you step outside that box, people don't know how to write for you. What's so hard about making a gimmick where him and Massar, he basically teaches him how to Massar, but then now Massar is with Cesaro. What? Like, I blame Hollywood personally because they always put people of that skin complexion and from that part of the world in boxes. And it's really not that hard to write for it, but the thing about it is, would it sell? Yeah, people might go hard, wrestling, but will we sell? That's the thing. Will we sell? Like, will he sell? And certain people don't think that because he does not fit the mold of what quote unquote sells. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Name one Indian person, a person from his background is a sex symbol in Hollywood. I'm
Look,
answering. Answer the
there's like
question.
one dude. There's like that one dude that did the movie with Issa Rae. Bitches be loving him.
Which one?
It was that movie where they were dating and they were in New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's called Love Sick. It's called
Yeah.
Love Sick. But I don't know the guy's name. But I mean, are you leaning towards more like
Name a time you opened a People magazine, a person that was from that region was named sexiest man alive.
You talk, yeah, that dude. I'm talking about him. I don't know his name.
But outside of him, like Indian men are not revered as sex symbols and stuff like that. They not, and Indian women are viewed as fantasies and lustful because G in the bottle, blah blah blah. Princess Jasmine, rub me up. My Seymour's brother Mike. You feel me? So I think that's more how society views it. Wrestling afraid to go outside that box.
I don't think that's what it is. I think it's more. I think it's a little bit of what you're saying. Do I see them that they see them as sex symbols? Yeah, I can see that because nigga has long hair, and he's ripped. So I think he is fine sex symbol wise because I've seen it. We've seen it happen. But the thing is, creative they didn't have anything for him, and they didn't want to step out the usual stereotypical box of him being a fucking anti-American guy. That's another reason why.
Yeah, it would be hard to do that because he's really just a guy from Chicago, Illinois. So,
yeah, like the nigga is an ex-cop from Chicago.
And what does that mean? He still got the culture of it.
No, I'm just saying, like, you can't paint him as like this Iron Sheik kind of situation.
It's easy. When he's saying that he's sick and tired like how America treats him. Boom.
And that was retribution.
It's literally not that hard.
But the thing about it, if you're gonna do that, you're telling them to do that, then that means you're going up against everything you just said.
Of them not box.
No, putting him in a box. They're going up against.
No, but I'm saying that how that is not that hard to write good stories for anybody. Literally, if you go that direction, listen. What's so hard? Like dead ass. Like we gotta stop pretending that this shit is. I can get it. There's some difficulty, but what's so hard by writing good storylines for wrestlers? It's not that hard. It's basically saying that, hey, Ali, listen, you was a hacker though, son. You could have write 500 different ways to go with that. Retribution, 500 different ways to go with it. I'm sick and tired of people say that Creator had nothing for you. No, you choose to have nothing for that man.
No, because what I'm trying to say is that the mere fact is you can be simple. That you can have a simple story. What's the point of having a fucking simple storyline about him being some anti-American guy? That's the problem. And if you're gonna do something anti-American, like Clark Street Wrestling that said the new American gimmick had something there. It's more creative. That's what creative is supposed to do. Be creative or take something from the past and flip it. Because being an anti-American, being a terrorist type of dude, that's everybody. They do it all the time with everybody that's brown.
That's very 90s.
Yeah, but no. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you, Bob. I'm saying that how to you basically say the same thing. Like niggas make shit harder than it's supposed to. It really is. Like Deadass is. I don't think it's really creative. I think it's like kind of 75-20 or 75-30. Because think about it. When you hear reports, a lot of people want validation, so they might write just to get validation from Vince McMahon. We don't know that. Or what if like they had fire sauce? I'm talking about that fire. Go, ooh, too hot to touch. Vince rips it because it wasn't to his liking. This is the same person.
What if what idea Vince had was a bomb ass idea, like something we all would be like, oh shit, and he was just like, nah, I don't want to do that. Then what?
True. I mean, look at Bobby Lashley. He got racist comment. He was going to the moon, but then next thing you know, he's out the company. So it's a lot of factor a lot of stuff factor in though. But Ali the type of person that they did on 205 Live. Like he was him and Buddy Murphy. I wonder what happened to Buddy Murphy though. He was a good wrestler. But
He
Buddy
still wrestles.
Murphy? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No,
Just like
I see
I
Buddy
found
Murphy.
Dean Ambrose last night, guys, too.
I don't know who
We found Dean Ambrose.
No, the Ambrose retired years
Out here
ago. I don't
looking
get
like
those wrong.
healthy.
Well,
We'll get
that
into
like John Moxley looked like a joint, but nevertheless, though, Mustafa is going to be good. He's going to be good. He's going to be good. His mission is bigger than wrestling, and he knows it.
All right. What else this week in wrestling before we get into some recap of the shows?
Shout out to Stephanie Hardy. Shout out to the Sped Kids. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Backstage Brawl.
Okay. Shout out to them.
I can shout out my people. Flowers section. Get my niggas flowers out here. Shout out to us just because. Shout out to Is. Shout out to Is, the Twitter nigga. I see y'all here with your Twitter fingers. Shout out to Is, aka Is Money, aka Is Currency, aka Is Pesos.
No, you can absolutely give flowers where they are respectfully due. What else happened this week? Nothing really. I feel like it's been quiet.
No, it was a slow week in wrestling.
Yeah.
It was slow week in wrestling. There was nothing going. There was people were just complaining about stupid shit. Everything was whack up except for SmackDown.
Wait, so let's go from, because SmackDown was almost a week ago, and they had Seth and Roman face off in the ring.
Yes, and Roman.
No, I thought Raw wasn't that bad. Now that I think about it,
Raw wasn't trash. It was okay. Roman said nigga. He was just like nigga.
I need you to pull that receipt because I don't know.
Shout out to Roman. Shout out to Seth for being the only man who beat Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar for both their titles at one point. Shout out to Burger Joe of the Sean Season podcast for pointing that out to me today, man. Shout out to you, King. But it's true though. Like, it's funny that he easily could have came in day one and said that, Brock, I beat you. But then they didn't mention none of that. It was just mad weird, confusing. Like, and that's all we talking about. Y'all be altering your own history. Like, the one thing I noticed that it didn't take me a while to notice this is WWE never had a lot of top stars. It's just back in the day, everybody felt like a star because everybody had opportunity to shine. Now I kind of feel like if you're not part of the top 5 or the top 3, you feel like a robot sometimes. You feel like they put your bad storylines on purposely for you to feel that's bigger than the brand. Like, I kind of feel like, what are y'all doing?
I definitely don't think that's just a WWE thing. I'm just gonna put that on the table.
Listen.
I don't.
I'm talking about WWE. I'm talking about WWE,
people,
and no one. No. Here's the thing, and this is where people go wrong. When you mention WWE, and people always have to mention AEW. When you mention AEW, you have to mention WWE. I'm focused on WWE only. That's all I'm talking about right now. When we get to AEW, I don't like comparing the two because I don't like.
In general, I actually wasn't even just talking about AEW. I'm just saying I think wrestling in general does that.
Right.
Where even on the indies, when you think about it, you have the top, like whoever has the title is the top guy, and whoever else kind of just finds their way or fits in. If that's just wrestling in general. That's all I was saying.
But in wrestling, again, everybody feels like a big deal back in the day. I'm referring to WWE. Everybody felt like there was a big deal. Everybody had personality. You could literally walk to the airport back in the day. You see D'Lo Brown is a big deal. Other wrestlers. Come on, we pop for head. We pop for cheese. Like when Steve Black had a cheese line, we pop for that because everybody felt like a big deal. I feel it's really represented for everybody. Yes, there's other wrestling federation that does that cool, but even in Battle Club, there's certain people who's on the top, and there's the mid card, and there's the lower one. But everybody feel like a big deal at Battle Club. Everybody, even people from the Fallout Shelter. If you want a good school to wrestle at, man, affordable in Queens, check out the Fallout Shelter. That is 1-800-223-9797. 1-800-223-9797. You feel me? You still feel like a big deal.
You can, speaking about Fallout Shelter, they have a very special training night tomorrow night. You can
tonight.
Look it up. So when you're dropping this, then yes, but But yeah, so back to SmackDown though. What other some things that kind of like? Oh, that was the Lita thing.
Yeah.
When she twisted fade her and fucked that up. Okay, I was like, wait. I was like a week ago.
What's wrong with Twisted Face? It was good.
No, it wasn't. She's not used to taller females. Think about it. When she used to do it all the time, used to be bitches that was like 5'5", 5'6". Charlotte is tall as fuck. So she didn't give enough space for it to look fluid. It looked weird when she did it.
No, I don't think so. Like,
but all right, and then you had Raw this week.
The video package was really good.
Okay.
big dick energy. Big
They
dick energy.
stepped up with that video package.
It was,
And
it
they-
was a really
like,
big,
oh, shit.
but they try to front like this nigga was not like in Impact, and then let's cut that whole part out. Like, was he not in Impact when he left? But okay, we'll pretend like he wasn't. Wink, wink. But
Listen, the Men in Black syndrome happens all the time.
But simply like you have to sell it. Like some people say that, oh, I feel like they should make a WrestleMania moment, blah blah blah. Why? I said do it now. You know, you gotta sell Royal Rumble, right? And you want people to come back. People don't understand Royal Rumble is still a big deal because these are stuff that casual fans will come back and watch just for the Royal Rumble because it's very exciting. It's very like interactive. So them be at Royal Rumble for this, hell yeah, son. Like niggas, you have to understand, it brings back generations of wrestling fans that haven't watched it in a minute. If you say Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, it's a casual fan watching in the time, my nigga Bobby Lashley, niggas gonna watch it. That's money right there. That's currency. That's El Peso. That is chicken.
Well, the thing is, it's
Talk to me, big dogs.
That video package set the tone for it being a big deal. We all know how important the match is. We all fans have talked about it, but the video package was like, oh, they're making this a big deal. Because the last time they had a video package, they don't have video packages like that all the time.
Not, and especially not during like Raw or something. Like sometimes they'll do it like the beginning of the pay-per-view during pre-show or something like.
Or the
I feel
week
like
of the
that was
pay-per-view,
first time in a-
or the
in
week
a-
of
or the
it.
week- yeah. I feel like it was the first time in a while where it was like in advance and it was like a build-up and it was in the middle of. I think it was like, either the end of the second hour, but it was just
Well,
like,
yeah.
whoa.
But the video,
good.
the biggest thing is that the video package gave a fucking feel, and it made you go, "Yo, this shit's about to be fucking lit." I think the last video package that I saw, and they didn't even fucking put it on TV. That was like, "Yo, this shit's fire." Was the Eddie versus Cody? No, not Cody. CM Punk. Eddie Kingston versus CM Punk video package.
I'm so sad Eddie's injured. That sucks.
He'll be alright. He'll be alright. Shout out to fucking Ray for being fucking made out of fucking metal, like fucking steel. They were like his arm went a completely different direction than it's supposed to. And
it didn't. It just hyperextended it. Because the doctor on YouTube I watch, he's a doctor.
It goes a different direction.
and like the doctor explained it when I saw. The doctor said that he just hyperextended it. Like it went further than it went, but it didn't go in a weird direction. Because that happens to me though.
Regardless of the fact that it went further than it's supposed to, and the way that and the look of it. It's still like, yo, homeboy is made out of.
How did he not hurt himself like that?
Yeah, that's the and the way that and he fell on top of it.
Yeah,
that's what you have to say. He fell on top of it, fucking, and he got thrown on top of it. So him coming back in a couple of weeks, like less than a couple, because he'll be at Hall probably.
Oh, so they confirmed for him because I was a little scared for him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's good though.
It's like it's fucking wild. But the video package gave a fucking feel like we all talk about the same video package of they say you're special.
Oh God!
Nobody talks about like that.
Oh, they do.
No. Everybody says, "Is it my way or the highway?"
No. It's a build-up, so you got to start from the beginning, which he did.
That's too much work. You get to the meat of it when you say it.
Everybody remembers that part when he go, they say you're special, because they replay when they have when he gives the Rock the beer and he hits the beer.
Yeah.
You know what other like video pack? You know what I'm kind of low key missed though is like those injury video packages they used to
Oh
do back in the
man,
day. Yo,
my
Triple H's.
sacrifice.
Yo,
Hello,
Triple H's
my
video
friend, we
package.
meet again.
Wait,
It's been a while. Woo! That was a big thick energy right there.
You know what I
Man.
watched today?
Okay.
I rewatched. So I was watching this video on YouTube about the Reign of Terror with Triple H, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me go back and watch it. Let me go back and watch it. This nigga was really on Raw every Monday night, starting off Raw, talking for like a solid 15, 20 minutes. And because the guy did the bit, he's like, yeah, this is really bad. I was like, you know what? Let me watch every Raw during that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, my nigga, this shit was bad.
I don't know why you put yourself through that. Why?
That shit was bad, son.
There's always good things to go back to.
And the crazy thing about it is he was injured majority of the time, and they still didn't take up the belt off of him.
No, it wasn't a majority. It was like it was a good couple of months he was. They took the belt off of him, and then they still had him featured on television. Like, it was the wildest shit in the world.
So what else on Raw? And then I thought NXT 2.0 was low-key lit. I was like, oh.
What happened to 2.0?
Trick Williams and
that
Carmelo
nigga annoys the fuck out of me.
Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes is a breath of fresh air. It's a breath of fresh air. They are. This is an example of being yourself and turning the dial all the way up. And you get that. Michael Bivins, another great example of like
his facial expression sells
fire
better than in the ring.
Just fire stuff. And I don't know what they'll end up doing with them if they will ever go to the flagship roster. But that's culture at its finest in professional wrestling. Like there's no extra stuff being done. There's nothing. It's just they're talking and it is spewing out charisma. Like
low key, they having fun, and you can see every week when they come on. And even though the other one get on my nerves is he wear nothing but fucking heavy ass jackets and coats and no shirt underneath.
That's just flies.
Yeah, it is. He's in Florida.
I be like, oh my god, can you put on some clothes? But
yo, Carmelo Hayes told homeboy to rest in piss as he poured a bottle in the middle of the ring.
He said, now that we got that out of the way,
wait, question. How you feel about Omos?
Omos is too much of a throwback for me. Omos is an era of wrestling. You know what it is? He is not from this era. He doesn't belong in this current era.
I think he's gotten so much advice from Undertaker from his beginnings
I was just going to say that.
It's low-key wild. But what I like about it the most is everybody bitched and moaned and complained, like, how can AJ be wasting his time with him? I think it was really, really dope. And it's really a test to AJ for pausing what could have been a singles run or a title run to, like, really take him under his wing and really show him, like, certain things and certain psychologies and certain moves and just how to present yourself on a scale like that. Because, you know, once again, you only saw him from Raw Underground. So he didn't have no, like, NXT run or anything. So, like, for AJ to kind of just take him and was like, all right, these are kind of the foundations. And then now he's kind of on his own. I think it's dope.
People forget.
I think he's solid.
I agree with you, but I think that be real. Be very honest. Be very honest. What's a big man in today's time that who fits the modern era? And for every person, one person I can think of Luchasaurus, but y'all niggas hate him so much because he does Lucha
stuff. I would have never said that. I would have never said that, and so, that wouldn't have been the reason why I said that. I kind of
feel like who is right now? You go for indies in general as a big man. Side as Omos is representing what's represented as big man. What to do? Because I feel like every big man got to find a former. What Name what big man evolved the formula besides Luchasaurus. I'm asking.
I
My
just
only
want to know
problem with
how
my
did
only problem with
Luchasaurus even get into the equation?
My problem with Luchasaurus is because his gimmick is trash. I don't like his
Yeah,
gimmick. It's
I
not
don't like
realistic.
the gimmick.
Lance Archer is a big man. Does
So
his
it's so
thing.
funny. So it's so funny. Last night I was trying to watch AEW and somebody was playing Yu-Gi-Oh on the Switch. He was like, "Yo," he checked the fuck out, absolutely. But he was like, "I don't want to hear anybody." This is Michael Boston's own words. "I don't want anybody talking shit about Omos unless they ready to talk about Lance Archer because the shit was terrible." Oh my god!
Listen,
I should have said shit.
That
They
nigga
can't
was
hear you.
wildin'.
They cannot hear
They can
you.
hear me.
I can hear him.
That nigga was wildin' last night. And I said, any nigga who talks about Omos the way they talk about him bad, gotta keep the same energy for Lance fucking Archer. That nigga was doing the same fucking shit last night. The same fucking thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Trash. I'm not gonna talk about my brother like that.
And then after that was really when he checked out. So
No. It is true though. Like, okay, besides Lance, what else big man is pushing the envelope for big man?
there isn't that many big men in the industry.
And
I've said this.
are we not confusing, but do we mean the same as big man in terms of weight, or are we saying big man in terms of size, like height?
yeah.
Size and weight. Because the thing about it, literally, and this is thing. I still remember when my mom was watching AEW. She texted me. She was like, "Hey, I'm watching wrestling." She's like, "Why are these guys so small?"
And
The
again,
industry
that's
is mad small.
okay. Boom.
And it's no disrespect, to the guys who are working, busting their ass every day. But the industry.
What about whatchamacallit? Shit. What?
PB
Dawkins.
Smooth. PB Smooth is pretty decent as a big man.
What about Dawkins?
Dawkins not a big man.
But see, that's so then what is your definition? Because
I said it. I answered you, Tim. Yeah, I answered you, Janelle. You said weight or I said height. I said yeah.
Oh, height is for you. Well, he's tall. He's not.
He's not
I'm
that
talking
tall.
I'm talking about Ahmed's side. Like, honestly, like, I feel like
PB is tall as fuck.
But the thing about it, you're talking about when it comes to height like that, that's an anomaly, especially in the modern times. No, and Benji, that's a great point. But honestly speaking, motherfuckers is big. In basketball, point guards like 6'6" nowadays.
They are. Yeah.
Like, I think Drew could, to be honest, you could argue. I like Clark, but what Clark is saying, Drew's a big man. So is Corbin.
Okay. Fred, okay. All right, let me break it down. For me, I'm going to compare it to NBA. There's the big man. There's the Porzingis. There is the, what's that point center of the Nuggets? Joker. You understand? There is the Shaq, the Yao Mings, and stuff like that. Boom. There are the height big man, right? And there's the wide big man, the Odyssey Jones, the Zach Randolph. There's the other power forward type of big man. I've seen it all the time.
About 6'10" and 7 foot in wrestling. 9 out of 10. Hold on. 9 out of 10 times they're gonna be playing basketball.
No, yes. But yes, so, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that I'm answering Janelle's question.
There's not that many big men in wrestling in general. That is 7 foot
right.
tall, 6'11" type of guy, 6'10".
Right. So this is why that I kind of feel bad for Amos, because real talk, for Amos to really stand out, he's young. Once he found Amos' way to be a big man, he's gonna be good. He hasn't found a sweet spot for himself. Like, for example, there's the Kevin Nash way to be a big man. There's the Kane way to be a big man. There's the other thing to be a big man. Because people forget, Kane was doing top roll moves, stuff like that. Craziness. But nobody talks about that.
Kane is fake Diesel won Royal Rumble.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
But it's more of a he's still, like you said, he's still learning. He's solid.
It's not.
He's still solid. He's fresh off, like, I think probably spent like a couple of months in the fucking thing, but you can't teach height And so it's like, yo, bring your ass up there. And Benji, you might be right because it is a decline in height. Like when you look
might
at
be right.
like
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, it's like I don't think there's a decline, but I think it's not that many 7-footers in the game like that.
I give you one better. Not everybody want to play sports no more because I know a couple of dudes in the hood, females and women. I mean, females and women. Oh, I can't say females. Fuck, I said anyway. Females and men where they don't play nothing and they mad talk. So I just think that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. They could be the best weaver, B. They could be the best.
They're always not.
You are six,
if I have a kid that is 6'10" years and 6'10", that pops out, and it's probably not my kid. There's no damn way he's gonna be a 6'10" motherfucker.
Well, you never know because look at Rey Mysterio child.
It's possible.
Like six. If my child comes out 6'10", and that nigga don't want to do nothing, he doesn't even try at anything, that's a waste.
Okay, I have another thing. What if Omos
a child? Like nigga,
what if like
basketball?
But what if like Omos just not that fast?
He's not going
to be fast. Yeah, he doesn't need to be fast. Andre the Giant wasn't fast.
Big Show was.
Big Show was barely fast, and actually he wasn't.
Big Show wasn't good. Let's get that out the way.
Big Show was.
He wasn't fast. If you go back and watch old WCW shit, he was not.
What about my son? What about my son, Baby Test? Baby Test.
Kaz?
No, his name is something else, but Baby Test. He's
Big
nice.
Who that is?
Big Kaz he's talking about.
Big Kaz, Baby Test.
Oh.
He's nice.
No, he wasn't.
Really?
They all move the same.
You don't watch Impact.
He actually is better, I think, now than he was then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, my brother watch Impact because Big Kaz now is fire. You definitely don't watch Impact.
I think
you don't watch Impact.
The title match that he was just in with Zach
Fire.
and
Fire. That was a good ass match. Yeah. Once again, my son was crushing.
I think he's learning. I think he's in that phase where he's learned how to use his body. Like before he just was just a hot tag. So
but like I said before, when about Omos, he has
got to find himself.
Down. No, but the thing about it, he passes the basics down. That's what he's doing right now. Because if you watch his matches, he's big on facial expressions. Because most people don't even know how to make facial expressions. His footwork is solid, and he doesn't do much, but does enough where he shows off his size.
Even Ness said that low key.
Huh?
I mean, honestly, he makes good facial expressions. I guess. I'm sorry.
He does. Don't guess that. That is very true.
Yes,
I'm giving that. I'm not saying he doesn't.
Because you said I guess like.
But let me finish though.
One of the best things about WWE and even AEW when you're on TV, they are closing up, doing a close up on you. So what he understands that he has to change his face to show the anger that when he picks up somebody, he understands that. And you know what? You got to give him credit for that. Because if you understand that you're on live television and you're telling a story without using your words and using your facial expressions, you have to give it up to him. His basics are there. It's just that he needs to grow, like you said.
But like I said before, though, is with everything else, listen, you got the flyest car. But if it makes mad screeching noise, people gonna know how the car looks. And that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying that all this that his facial expressions is not good though, son. But how they present him in the same repetitive things, people getting tired of it. Right?
You're getting tired of it. Just say you're getting tired of it.
I'm not getting tired of it, but people are. If you heard the audience, there was no reaction. There you go.
You can say the same thing about Jay.
With who? Again, and this is exactly what I've been talking about, what y'all niggas do. We're talking about WWE. Stop bringing on AEW. Focus on the task. Because that's easy cop-out right there, though. I hate when people do that. What about this person? I don't give a fuck about that person. I want to answer that question when I said that person. All I'm saying with all this is this. Focus on this one person. I told you that. Everyone does that. Stop mentioning another person, though, dogs.
Okay,
Focus on one person.
whatever. Because
that's a cop out, though.
Jay, it's not a cop out because Jay.
But bro, I'm not talking about Jay though. So we talking about Omos. Stop doing that. Y'all, what about AEW? What about AEW?
I'm not
I don't
saying
talk about
AEW.
AEW.
No, I'm
But stop talking about next.
about big men. We're talking about big men and big women in the industry. And one of the
No, we're
examples.
not. No, we was not. We're talking about Omos. And we were talking about how that why Omos.
You said because you asked it earlier. What about other people in the industry? I mentioned Lance Archer. Lance Archer been in the industry for mad long. Another thing is
that was mad long ago, son. That was not even talking about that. I was going to finish my point though, but you got it though.
As well. You say, but you know what? We'll move on. So next subject, Janelle.
Oh, so we can talk about AEW and then we can wrap up. Stop.
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Go ahead, guys, because every time I bring up WWE, what about AEW? What about AEW? That's annoying. That's annoying low key though, son. Because I just kind of feel like people just do this on the internet so much. Like I'm talking about Omos, one person. I'm trying to talk about him only. That's it. Because I know how people get distracted. So we're gonna talk about AEW. I hope you don't compare it to WWE. If you have nothing to do with WWE, don't bring it up. That's it.
I mean, I think
have a better argument next time, dogs. Fix your argument next time. You're gonna argue with me. Stop bringing on another company.
But it wasn't even an argument. He gave an example.
Hold on. Let me just get this off. The argument is this: he has all the basics down. He has phenomenal facial features. And the reason why that's why he's on TV, because you know what? Him being 7 foot is a gift. Because when you're 7 foot in an industry where there's not that many 7-footers, that's why he's there. And the thing about it, you got to give him credit because the thing about it, when you're 7 foot, it is hard to move in a wrestling ring. And he has figured out where he needs to be in a wrestling ring. He's not phenomenal. He's not great, but he's a solid worker as of right now. And his facial expressions are amazing. The reason why I mentioned I mentioned Jade as well was because she's in the same boat. Because when you look at her, she has the basics down, and now she's building off the basics. I'm not bringing her down. I'm not talking bad about her, but she has the basics down. Where it's nothing phenomenal just yet. But
that's your argument. You're making. I was trying to make my argument, and you cut me off by mentioning another person. My argument was not done. I was far from arguing another man, a woman.
Can I finish? Because what I'm saying is that they're both in the same boat when it comes to that. And that's how I was just making another comparison because I was trying to bring it into something to have another picture and show my points. I was not bringing her down.
Your point, not my point. I can finish my points.
So you know what? Let's finish up with the AEW conversation because obviously you get what I'm trying to say. So it doesn't.
No, you're saying this way. No. We're gonna argue about this because you're saying this way that for my point I was trying to make, my nigga, you was not talking. It was for my point I was trying to make. And you brought another person. I wasn't finished.
Omos wasn't good. You said he wasn't good.
I never said that.
You were saying that. That's what you were alluding to.
I never said that. Stop
wasn't good.
saying that. I basically saying that. I never said that.
It's done. Move on. It's done. So on AEW this past week, we had a couple of matches. My friend was also talking about how that Adam Cole looks like he ain't doing shit. Do you guys agree with that?
Jim Cornette said that when I listened to the clip today. They said that he doesn't like they weren't sure if they were hiding how he was in NXT. They were hiding him because he was like now he doesn't look the same.
Hiding him in what way?
Was he always the way that he looks now? Was he then? And they were just hiding it in a way
physically.
You couldn't see it. Yeah.
Oh no. He got fat. Like he got out of shape. Like literally, it's funny you mentioned that because I was watching it. My boy, who's in the fitness industry, he texted me. He's like, "Yo, this nigga Adam Cole is looking extra flabby and out of shape. What is going on here?" And then I text him back. I was like, "My man happy. He living life. Laugh out loud." He's like, "I don't care. You're a professional. Stay in shape." This is your job. And I was like, I could kind of argue. I could argue with that, but
because I think it's more not a personal thing, but I think it's they have that, I guess, that freedom to kind of really just like if they want to work out, work out. If you want to look a certain way on TV, look a certain way on TV. Like,
I mean, he's not look bad. Like, oh, he does not look that bad.
Jericho does it off and on. Like it'll be times where Jericho does. He has dad bod, and then when he has like a big match, he ain't got the dad bod no more. Jericho
I mean, I don't think that Adam Cole look that bad. He's still performing great. Like, think about it. He's performing at a high level still. Like his matches are entertaining. He's great on the mic, and he's probably like to y'all like. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna talk about bodies. Nah, because there's too many dudes that who way more out of shape. So my niggas body all day. I see it this way. As long as not affecting his performance, as long as he's not looking crazy like literally like a 9 a day, and you don't know. He's. I'm not gonna say it because I don't know what's out of shape. According to you, because you're a supermodel body. So obviously, fitness niggas gonna know something a little bit different. But all I'm saying is this way, yo, if he's happy, he's with his girl, he's on television, he's kicking ass, having great matches though. Maybe like how that to him, and this is coming from somebody who deal with weight loss on and off. Maybe that's just comfortable. Like, yo, I feel the most comfortable at this weight. I can easily drop down. And this is my weight right here. Maybe this is most weight he has to be in. And he still got his abs. He still got it.
No, he don't.
All right.
My man. Listen. There's a WWE look, and there's an AEW look, and it's okay. And you're right, it's okay. I'm not mad at him. He's living life. He's chilling. He's eating good. He's with his girl. He's doing this thing. And you're right. It does not affect his performance in the ring. But I do believe you need to be more polished if you're gonna be a star. And I'm not talking about starving yourself, putting needles into your butt or any type of thing. But you know what? he does look a little different.
He probably knows that. Like, bump that. You don't know if he's depressed. You don't know how did they just popped up? Literally, niggas been celebrating forever. Maybe he's finally get off his holiday weight. You don't know this.
You're probably right, but at the same time, it's one of those things where you gotta look at both sides. You exactly what you're saying. He's happy. He's doing his thing. It is what it is. It's reality. It's real life. But the other side is you are a professional. You are on TV. You are presenting yourself as a fighter, as a person that's an elite athlete. But you can always argue about different things. Okay, Kevin Owens doesn't have the greatest body in the world, but that motherfucker has lost weight over the years. He has done the best he can with his genetic gene pool. Now,
I say with wrestling, it's a little bit easier to look at it because they're like naked. You don't know if LeBron James put on weight. You don't know that. You don't know if Paul George or other basketball players put on weight. You don't know.
Yes,
you don't know that. But you can't tell with everyone though. You can't tell with everybody because certain people weight gain start with their stomach first. That's the first thing you see that go. But then everything else does.
You can usually tell most men, 90% of men, you can tell when they gain weight. It's usually around their face and around their stomach. And then the muscle tone goes down. And you don't know what he's going through.
Yeah, or like how that you could be, maybe he's just eating dairy. But I don't know. And retaining water.
Right now is that he's chilling. He's not in a really big storyline right now. He's just showing up on Rampage and just chilling. Adam Cole is chilling. It's chilling Adam Cole. Like he's getting his checks. He's kissing his girlfriend. He's kissing his wife on TV. He's touching some booty. He's clapping cheeks after every Rampage and goes off the air. Every Wednesday, he holds his wife's hand. He claps some cheeks. He gets on the fucking airplane and heads back to wherever they live. Is it Pittsburgh or is it Ohio? Wherever the fuck they live. And that's where
I think they live in Florida now, but she's from Pittsburgh. But that's
that's what's going on. They clapping cheeks and they having a good time. And the thing about it, because he's nutting so much, his muscle tone is going down.
That's a thing. I would be worried if that
was. Yeah, you know it is. There it is.
I don't have a fucking dick. So I don't know.
Adam Cole needs to
Sorry.
practice semen retention. He needs to practice semen retention.
They said something pertaining to niggas.
I figured it out. I figured it out. Adam Cole needs to practice semen retention. That's why his muscle tone went down.
Yeah, it's like he's having too much sex because he's with his girl and everything like that.
Yo,
That's
they
it.
saying if you have too much sex, your muscle tone goes down. Is that true?
It is true. It is true.
He's losing,
That's what he said.
the essence of his body.
But I'm just asking you.
You do. You do. You do.
It seemed like a guy thing to know.
He's losing his this essence, his manly essence, because every week, every day, because he lives with his wife, and then he works with her. They clapping cheeks in the fucking
look it up.
Closet.
Look it up. Yeah,
room closet.
Yeah, like honestly, listen. I could care less. Listen. I could care less if niggas gain weight at the end of the day because niggas happy. But I knowing him, literally give it until like March, he'll be right back on it.
But you know what? It also, and this is one thing I will say, because you mentioned it a little bit. It's probably hard for him to get into shape. And one of the things about being in NXT, you live there. You are there. You live right by the.
But then it really is more of a personal thing, I think, because look at Santana. When he first got signed to AEW, they was out here looking thickums. That man is in shape.
Both of them are. Ortiz too.
Yeah.
Ortiz came to the school, and I was like, this nigga ripped.
But understand that.
I'm saying. So like
my brother said,
that on the indies and
but
stuff.
like my brother said though, like months ago, years ago, you get paid to work out. Like literally, if you're really about this, you get paid to work out. And he's with Jericho, he's with Hager, and he's with a lot of there were a lot of those who work out. So,
but you also
I just told you about Chris Jericho up and down weight. This nigga don't work out unless he got a high profile match.
But you also gotta understand. You also gotta understand one thing is
your money change.
He's comfortable. Ortiz and Santana aren't. They are nowhere near tag titles. They are hungry, so they're gonna work out like
problem.
They're gonna work out like cannibals. So Adam Cole don't care. Adam Cole does not care. I have my wife, my best friends. I'm getting paid top dollar, and I'm clapping cheeks every single night.
That's really
He don't care. Adam Cole is chilling.
Okay.
Adam Cole.
All right. Well, then that's that. Do you guys think Lance Archer was the perfect person for the next up against Adam
Nigga, who
Page?
else is gonna be? Should he go up against?
I'm just asking a question. Don't come for me.
It should be Brian Cage.
Nigga, no.
Because like how the reason why I feel is Brian Cage because them two had a good match. Like they had like good, very good chemistry. So
where Brian Cage been at?
I don't know. Action Man that work out together.
Who are you talking about?
I'm dead.
What
I don't know, like
work out together?
Brian Cage. Oh yeah, most niggas work out. You know, change formulas how to work out better. So I guess y'all know each other. I don't know.
I don't know
So do you
Brian
think?
Cage, jackass.
So do you guys?
He said I know Brian Cage to work out. He just made up some shit. Like
I did.
Work out with Brian Cage or you work out.
So,
no.
Do you think that they should have used the ranking system that they have to?
Nigga, why are we talking about this ranking system? It doesn't exist.
Listen, if you paid attention, they said this.
Question.
Anybody, he called it, like I said, the records are 000. Anybody's up for grabs. Lance Storm was the first one came out the door and up for grabs. Yeah, Lance Archer. So,
but I'm about to say he is nowhere near Lance Storm's pedigree.
You see,
okay?
y'all don't be paying attention because they be telling y'all what y'all got to do, and y'all go over y'all head and be like,
I'm just asking a question because
he said it. They said it.
I'm just asking.
They said it. Yeah.
I don't care what they say. They say a lot of shit, and
it should have been Cody. It should have been.
But Cody said that he cannot challenge for the title.
He should say fuck it. Just challenge the title, son. Yo, I love semi-heel Cody right now, son.
Okay.
You acknowledge that it's semi-heel, but it really isn't though.
No. You see, you don't watch Shankita Club because he explains it. He's working y'all, and it works. Because every week, I get up to that Cody, and y'all, listen,
Not working
good
me. I
press.
like Cody.
Look, good press. Listen, if people mention you good or bad, yo, you're doing something right. Because
Bro,
everybody talks about Cody every week.
week.
Cody was not even there, chilling there. I hate Cody. Oh my, look at Cody. He's not even there. So Cody,
Yo,
to me, is the most over person in AEW. They love talking
yo,
about him. Him and his wife, his dog. Come on.
they talk about
His school.
Yo, listen. Cody is the most over the top motherfucker in the world. First of all,
Did you not get that from the entrance alone?
there's absolutely no reason for him to bring out that fucking ladder last night. So the other night, he brought out the ladder. He went on top of the ladder. I said, this nigga is so.
Yo, he talked for a whole hour about everything else. 5 minutes. Oh yeah, we got a ladder match. I was like, damn, Cody. I'm like, okay.
So we're gonna hang 2 belts up in the rafters, and they're gonna go for it.
Shawn Michaels did it, and Razor Lowe did it.
UFC did it too, doing it right now. Like this weekend, my only issue is if you're gonna do an interim TNT title, it should have been a longer reign and built it up because nigga, he came back in a week and a half.
That was
He
stupid.
actually could have came back the week after the fucking battle of the belts, but they didn't do it.
Yeah, and it was
then this is what fucked me up. Then they had Goldust ass go against him.
That was a fire match.
But did the safest Canadian destroyer I've ever seen in my life.
That was still fire though.
And then right after that got COVID.
His match with Daniel Garcia was trash.
Oh, Sammy Guevara?
Yeah, that shit was trash, boy. I don't even know how to. And a lot of people say because Danny out wrestled him, but I don't know. Maybe Sammy was tired or something.
He probably blew him up.
Yeah, I think he blew him up.
He blew him up. Yeah, it happens because, like, listen, even the greatest have bad matches sometimes. Yeah, it wasn't a bad match. Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
So this is my thing. Like, all right, I don't mind the interim TNT champion, right?
But build it up.
But yeah, build up. Like, they should have kept Cody off of TV for a month.
Really gonna do that?
Then
the ultimate, the cherry on the top was them announcing that he was a free agent. Who fucking cares? Who cares? You really cared about that?
I really like Cody.
I like Cody. Don't get me wrong. When we was at the fucking show in Queens and everybody was booing him, I was telling this one, I was like, yo, why are they booing him? I like him. I like Cody. But there's always a reason for something. And I'm just been trying to figure out what that reasoning was, because it was just like, if he's been working as a free agent for the last 2 months, why are you just telling me this now? What's the point?
He might be at the Royal Rumble.
Listen, if I hear adrenaline in my soul, y'all gotta come get me. I gotta come.
I'm popping hard if that motherfucker comes out.
Like, I'm gonna have, so me and Ish was talking about it. We was like, yo, we're gonna record ourselves.
Man, they're not gonna have no new music. It probably might be Stardust or
I can even go with Stardust though. I fucking pop for Stardust. I'll go for that too.
I like Cody. I think he does good work.
Like,
I also don't think he's a mega superstar, in my opinion, but I still think he's a star, and everything he's done has been good work. Like, he does good work.
So I'm not gonna hold you. That whole Go Big Show? Because we be like, why isn't the Big Show on it? Because it says Big Show, but that show is actually not that bad. Like, it actually is a good ass show. Like, it comes on after Dynamite. So I be like, okay, we gonna watch it, and this one be upset low key, but then it be like mad good because
Cody's getting them checks.
So
because Cody's trying to get money outside of wrestling, like.
But I'm upset that AEW hasn't acknowledged that Billy Gunn's son is on this show on E, and it bothers the fuck out of me.
What show on E?
Exactly. You don't know because they haven't.
Because E is on the U.S. network.
It's NBC.
Yeah, but NBC, U.S. network, same thing.
That makes sense. My brother's right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's silly though.
No, it's not.
I think it's conflict of interest in some way or another because.
So then why do the show?
They're allowed to do other things. Remember?
Yeah.
No, right, which is fine. But then why do it if you can't get the proper promotion for it?
You'll get the check. You'll collect the check.
Yeah.
I think it's more about Billy Gunn's son getting more things under his belt.
His resume. Yeah.
Weird,
yeah.
I didn't
No,
like that.
not.
So no, the show, I forgot what the name of it is, but it's basically about famous celebrities' kids doing regular everyday shit that they've never done. So like Shaq's son is on it. John's son is on it, and it's like a few other like celebrity kids on that shit, and it's low-key hilarious, but it has been bothering me for like the past 2 weeks. I was like, what the fuck?
Nah, that's perfectly fine. They don't mention it. That's perfectly fine. They're not the same network. They're not the same network, none of that. And honestly, it's still good because it still brings eyes to AEW. Either way.
It's weird though because fucking John Cena's on Wipeout, and that's on TBS.
Do they promote it?
No.
Does TBS say that Wipeout, and it's on Peacock? Whatever. I just think it's something. Peacock? Yeah.
But it depends. They also gotta look at who's the producer of it.
I just think it would have been something dope for.
Of course,
something for.
I'm assuming that because it's on
actual fans.
Yeah,
and it's also
to connect those dots, because if you hear, oh, it's Billy Gunn's son. Oh shit, Billy Gunn's son's wrestling on Dynamite. Something like I don't know.
But then you also got to understand, and this is once again I'm speculating. I don't know, but WWE owns John Cena's name, so they're gonna promote anything that John Cena does.
People forget at one point though that WWE owned The Rock's name. This is why WWE produced 3 of his first movies.
I think they still.
No, that's fine, but I mean,
I think it's a partnership now in the name. Maybe
someone who was always hungry to promote something. I just
he got money. He got money now. Rock got big money.
Last but not least, they had Pop Sting out here jumping off the stage. Lord of mercy.
Oh, Daddy Sting.
Acclaim's little.
And honestly, I didn't think the Acclaim should have lost.
No, they shouldn't have. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Sting undefeated.
Man, listen, I'll be honest with you. It's something that we talked about last week. It was with Adam Cole, right? You done it for Orange Cassidy. Next week, I'll fight you in this time private match. It's gonna be good. I'm looking like I kind of want them to fight a little bit longer though, like because it's just like, boy, like I want more out of this. Like, why don't you like build up? They got
a lights out match next week at Beach.
But okay, my thing is this way: if you're gonna do feuds quicker, fill in the blanks. Meaning that, there's a video where Orange Cassidy's at an orange juice stand drinking orange juice, and Adam Cole beat him up because he's at Panama drinking orange juice at an orange juice stand. What? Anyways, that's what I feel. They should do stuff like that. It's gonna make it feuds quicker. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks.
There's a lot of holes in their storylines, and there's a lot of plot holes. They do a lot. It's like we said last week, and like I'll continue to say, but they need to go a little bit deeper because they have time to do shit. Because
they pick and choose what they want to do it for, and when they give you background story to shit, and when they give you supporting details to shit, they pick and choose that shit because they did it with the whole Young Bucks versus who the fuck they facing next week, and they had a whole Trent and the Spanish dude. They had a whole feud in New Japan, and they gave a whole video package on it, and I appreciated that because I was like, I don't even know what the fucking big idea is about this. But then when they did that, I said, okay, I can get they have history, cool. But they don't do that for everybody.
I have an issue with that because yes, they have history. Everybody, and pretty much everybody that's on that roster has history with each other in some way or another. Like especially the more top guys, the PWG guys, but. Let's create our own history within our company. Let's start making these matches within the company. Let's start creating our universe and curating our universe. Because 5 years down the line, when the company's still around, you can go back to it. and
Well,
pull it up and
it's
have
hard
these
when you bought everybody that already been doing stuff. You
and,
basically bought their stories with them.
and it's fine. I mean, we do kind of see it, the cracks that's going on with Wardlow, MJF. We see that building up.
But that's what I'm saying. They pick and choose.
Yeah,
they pick and choose who to give that type of like.
But the thing about it, why it's just a little bit like why one person? Like, for instance, Lance Archer versus Adam Page. Have Brian come back and interfere, do something. Like, let's build up on that. They put on 2 banger matches. Let's continue growing this. Revolution's in March, right? AW Revolution's in March.
It's either February or March.
Yeah, it's the beginning of March from what I remember. Now, once again, give everybody, like, pick 3 stars. Give them these long, like, 4-week type of thing leading up to Revolution, so we can talk instead of, like I said before, I like it. The match.
It's March. It's March. March 6th.
AEW, I enjoyed the matches. 90% of the time, I'm enjoying good wrestling. But nigga, get me more invested. Let's get these video packages. WWE needs to do a better job at that, but with certain people. But at least with WWE, sometimes you get 3 people and shit, and then they got different things going on. Let's build up. Wrestling needs. I like
the Damian. Oh, we didn't talk about. I like the Damian Priest Kevin Owens thing, low key.
Kevin Owens is a gift. Is a gift from God.
And low key, I think he's winning. I think he's one. He's definitely gonna be Final 4 in the Rumble.
Cool. Damian Priest.
Kevin Owens.
Well, they love Damian Priest, son. He's tall.
But they gonna. Yeah. I love Punishment Martinez.
Yeah.
Always and forever. But all right, any last comment thoughts for this week? Next week we will get into our Royal Rumble predictions. So I don't want to do that now. But once again, you guys make sure to always subscribe to the YouTube page. Make sure to always follow everything on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at the Jobbertears Podcast. Once again, you can RSVP for the Royal Rumble viewing party at Legends. And then I think that's it for now. Well, Janelle from HR, always here with Sir Wilkins and MrBlacc. # Black Excellence. # we are out.
All right.
I was over, got the hands in motion. If you go with rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Try to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.